Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about No Man's Sky. I am X Gaming. Let's get into the video.
Me for somebody else. Enjoy yourself, enjoy yourself. Just leave me for somebody else.
Overall, it's an okay update. No content added except for adding it to the Switch, which is a very good thing. It expands their player base. Graphics, yes, they have gotten better. Granted, on lower end devices, it has gotten worse to run the game now due to its expanding graphics performance requirements. The overall aspects of the game is actually very good. It's a great universe, procedurally generated. It's almost impossible to find the exact same planet. You'll find similar animals, but otherwise, it's completely different. You will never really find the exact same ship unless you glitch the game out. I'll at least tell you, without glitching the game out, I have never found the exact same ship. It's either been a different color, different material, but overall, there's a lot of good features and stuff. Personally, the inventory change I really didn't like, especially since what they did is they completely redid it, which isn't a bad thing on its own, but I lost over half my technology in my veteran save because of that issue, and I personally don't think that's a good thing to happen, especially when I had a whole bunch of upgrade tech modules in there. Rather than packaging them up and putting them in my inventory, it actually deleted some, especially some of my Sentinel tech. So that is something I definitely am not happy about. But the good news is they are actually helping us out. They're adding supercharged slots in the next patch update. I think the patch update is already out of experimental by the time this is posted. I'm not sure if it's out on Xbox, but I'm pretty sure on PC you have your supercharged slots now. And these are actually kind of good. It can be put with any technology and it will boost it a decent amount, maybe even double it. But this also boosts the stats. For example, now Explorer classes will be better at hyperdrive range, have higher base stat for hyperdrive. A fighter will now have a higher damage stat and maybe a maneuverability stat. A hauler will have a higher storage stat. Maybe more maneuverability. I'm not really sure its stat, but it will have probably higher storage by default. That's great. Also, one thing to mention is their sorting system, like the little button things that can tell you raw minerals, high tech resources. Not very good, honestly. Like, it doesn't just, like, I wish it would do something like the other ones would disappear and it only showed those resources. That would be a lot nicer, because then you wouldn't have to organize your inventory nearly as much. And if they could add more of those, it would be even better. So I personally think that's something good about that. 4.0, rounded out with a couple tweaks and bug fixes, hopefully coming with the next patch. It should be a very good update. Especially I like the new upgrade to the living ships. The endurance update absolutely set the stage for living ships. It finished them finally after years. They've been finished. Finally, you can upgrade them now and all that. Especially now that they even have those better graphics performance now. And the new graphics and all that for the living ship, people with the living ship that feel like it's no longer a useful part of the game will now get a complete refresh and get to see those graphics. As well as the new freighter stuff, even though it was in the endurance update. I didn't really get to experience that until the graphics update. But let me tell you, the portal looks amazing. Especially when you're playing like with a high-end computer with high-end graphics. It looks great, especially with the fog improvements. And the new asteroid fields look amazing too. You can get high-density asteroids. Amazing. And especially because they could bring this all to a little portable device on the Switch, is absolutely incredible. I personally think that's a good accomplishment, and especially since they revealed recently, a couple months ago, that they were going to bring it to Mac. Many games have just completely outsourced this option and said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to get it onto Mac because MacBooks and Apple has this whole big rule book and takes a whole lot of the profit anyway from the purchases of these games. But now, No Man's Sky is officially being able to be used on Mac. It's not out yet, but it is on its way. That is absolutely amazing. For example, I have a Mac, and I've never been able to play much games besides, I don't know, my brother's favorite game, Roblox. Otherwise, I couldn't play anything on it. But now, I can play on my Mac. I can add mods to my game. Do some mod reviews maybe. I don't know. It's not really my thing for mod reviews, but I can play on PC. And I can use my advanced computer graphic performance on my Mac to enhance the game's graphics rather than using the Xbox's pretty crappy graphics, unless you have the Series X and S, which actually have some decent graphics, surprisingly. By the way, get the Xbox Series X, that's the white one hopefully coming out. I am so excited for that. But honestly, that pretty much covers the 4.0 update. I think some of the bad things about it would probably be that it doesn't bring much content, especially for like a full number up update. Besides the fact that it comes to Switch and bringing that all to the Switch, that's a very good thing. But the overall game didn't get much. In fact, I didn't even think we got an Expedition immediately. I'm not even sure when the Expedition's coming out again. So I'm actually very happy to see that that game came out on Switch, because I have a Switch and I would love to bring it portable with me. That would be amazing, because then I can probably find a way to record it on the Switch and then I can do portable videos. That's amazing and it's great. I think honestly that pretty much covers it with No Man's Sky 4.0. Hopefully we can do another review with this, like maybe with a patch. If we can get the patch update out and we can reveal that, we can see how that looks. That is great. That is amazing. Let's hope that's true. Because if that update ends up rounding it out to where it's a very nice update, a very good update, not saying that the Switch part doesn't make it good. That's probably like the big part of it. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they released like an exclusive suit or something for Switch, rather than like how Xbox also had a exclusive one for, I think it was a couple months when they had the update that released it on Xbox. I think that is a amazing improvement, because first, I know I've already said this like 3 times, I'm sorry, but it brings it from not only just the stationary abilities, but all the way to mobile ability. I know they released it on cloud gaming for Xbox recently, but that isn't as portable as you think because you require a very good internet connection. You could say, oh, well, 5G should cover that. It won't. 5G is not strong enough to cover such a thing. Even if you think it is, you'd have to be in a very densely populated area that no one's using 5G on for you to have that good 5G. Because then you would have that whole band to yourself to transfer that data. Otherwise, 5G probably wouldn't cut it. You'd need a Wi-Fi connection. And without a Wi-Fi connection, it's useless. So, personally, the Nintendo Switch update coming out, especially since I'm pretty sure you can play it offline on the Switch, is extremely good. Kind of like how Minecraft came out on the Switch. That was a new level of portability, because they could play with joysticks and controller without having the screen the size of a phone. And unless you have like a really big phone or you have an iPad, but otherwise they didn't need that tiny little phone screen anymore. They could just bring a Switch. And I'm pretty sure Switch is like loving the fact that these games are all making it Switch capable now, because that is getting them so much more popularity. But Otherwise, that update is gonna need a tiny bit more. Maybe like in the couple patch updates, maybe they add like maybe a tiny bit of content. Like maybe there's a way to add a tiny bit of content. I know that normally would come in the main update, which I'm assuming it's probably not going to have a little bit of content added through those patch notes, but at least they are adding the supercharged slots, which is technically considered content. So I think that is great. I think that is amazing. Now, with this all said, thank you so much for watching. If you liked my video, especially if you liked my video, I'm creating a brand new No Man's Sky Let's Play. Excuse the fact that the first video, if you end up watching it, has it in the corner. I do fix that later on, just so you know. I think I fix it around like 2-3 minutes in the video. But otherwise, I recommend you watch them. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. This is X Gaming. We'll see you later.